Yes, and welcome back to another brand new edition of Weed on Wrestling. I am, of course, Weed, aka Alan, your host that tries to stay stoned the most. And here on Weed on Wrestling, I get fucking super baked and talk about all the finer points WWE Universe has to offer. Today, Monday, March 20th, 2017. So that means we're talking all and everything Raw. So Weed on Wrestling today is going to be, of course, everything that has to do with Raw this week. And the way it starts off, fuck yeah, just the way I wanted it to start off this week. And that, of course, is with a fucking replay of what went down to end the show last week. Fuck you and fuck off. Fuck you. I'm pissed about that. Every fucking week, all we start with is with a replay of what happened the previous week. I'm getting tired of it. It was such a weird start to Raw this week. I don't even fully know where to begin. It had highlights of the Triple H Foley confrontation with Rollins in there. It was just confusing as fuck. Yeah, and then it started off with Foley reading off cue cards, and then he goes off script and cuts a decent promo, and then they cut his mic off, and it was just strange. And then down comes Stephanie McMahon. I don't understand this whole storyline. I don't understand the purpose of it, the point behind it, anything like that. It just confuses me. Does the WWE Universe, or powers that be, authority figures, whatever, Vince McMahon, whoever it has to be, do they not hear the fans' response and reaction to this? I mean, my God, the boos towards Steph were deafening. And those fucking CM Punk chants? Holy shit. Steph fires Mick Foley, I guess, which is confusing. Why? And then in comes Sami Zayn. It was good on Sami Zayn sticking up for Foley like he did. And he actually cut a good promo. It was heartfelt. The faces versus the heels were fairly obvious. I mean, it was pretty cut and dry. Clear, concise, who we knew we were supposed to root for. And yeah, I kind of dig it. I kind of dig the whole passing of the torch, if you will, between Foley and Zayn. I've talked about it before. There's similarities, and I enjoyed it. I did like it. But then, once we were getting into it, and once we were understanding the storyline that was put forth before us, it was kind of ruined, because down came Samoa Joe, and yeah, we got more of the same old recycled horse shit that we're all accustomed to chewing on. As WWE fans, we're all used to this. So we get Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe. Joe continues to be the new quote-unquote Shield, working for the quote-unquote authority. Yeah, and it's the same old shit. God damn it. Look, the Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe as a match, if I hadn't seen it what feels like 1,000 times before, at least give me like a couple weeks off in between. Don't force it down my throat continuously. But yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was actually really good. It was a good match. It was a good starter match. But then again, I've seen it as a starter match on a pay-per-view. This was a better, bigger feel of a pay-per-view, because at least now Zayn had reasoning behind it other than nothing. At least now he's sticking up for his beliefs in Foley, which I kind of enjoy. It's just one of those things, when you get two top-notch performers like that in the ring, you're gonna have a good match. But then I feel like I've seen this before. I don't know, it just seems all familiar, almost like the past fucking month, that's all they've fucking shown. Yeah, I digress. It was a good match. I mean, I can't fault the wrestlers when the storyline blows gigantic buffalo cock. I can't get behind that. When the storyline sucks, your wrestlers look bad, your competitors look weak. And that's what's happening, not just with Sami Zayn, not just with Joe, but across the board on almost all of your competitors. Charlotte looked weak this week. Fucking Bayley looked weak. Almost all of your top tier competitors. Braun Strowman looked weak. They all looked weak this week. Jericho, your champion and the U.S. champion holder, looked weak. I would say that your superstars of who you want to be on the main storyline looked weak, but I can't because they weren't fucking there. I'm still stuck on this Sami Zayn storyline though. He's an amazing seller. He gives Ziggler a run for his money, and he's not quite on that HBK level though. I like Sami Zayn. I looked it up. He weighs 212, so technically he only needs to lose 7 pounds and he'd be in a 205 live spot. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. And Joe continues to look like a fucking brute force. Back to the match. Joe wins with a choke again. It was a good fucking match. Joe continues to look strong. And Sami Zayn continues to get jobbed out to whoever wants the WWE to look big and strong and be their next big star. Oh, fuck me. I don't even know if I want to continue with this show. It was weak. There was a few bright spots, though, and I'll get to it. There was a couple of segments worth writing home about. I thought it was going to be good with Foley in the opening spot, but then Steph comes out and just fucking ruins it all with her bitchy attitude. Anyway, where was I? I was choking. Sure you all want to hear that, but anyway, I was talking about big sweaty men and how Vince loves big sweaty men. So what we get is more fucking replays of that Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns catastrophe. I guess these two giant bottomless pits of suck are still feuding. I mean, WWE hardly ever mentions these two, so you'd have to forgive me. It must have just slipped my mind. Fucking hell, how many goddamn replays can they show of the same old crap that literally happened within the past month? Holy shit. A good thing, a highlight, if you will, a few good spots, was the crowd. The crowd was actually into it for the majority of the show. They slipped off really late and kind of made it suck there in the later stages of the show. But it was good, nice little change of pace. They kind of had a few "we want Paige" chants in there. You knew that was going to happen. You knew they were going to fucking bring it up. Yeah, it was a touching segment there at the end with Mick Foley walking backstage. He turned Sami Zayn into like a main card jobber. The Cesaro and Sheamus, he put them together. He made Sheamus actually into a likable douchebag. I mean, he's likable now, but he's still a douchebag, but he's likable. Bayley gives him a hug, turns around, there's Triple H, and Triple H tells him to have a nice day. Classic fucking spot. That had me fucking... it still has me giddy and laughing about it. Because it was a good spot where have a nice day, giving Foley his own fucking taste of his medicine. Being a prick about it like Triple H is known to be. Yeah, it was enjoyable. Yeah. And then, the whole time though, this is how much I think of the WWE, of how much they come up with new material. The whole time of seeing Foley walk backstage and hug certain stars and shake hands and things, when he got to the exit, I expected the cameraman to follow him out into his limo and then see the limo explode. That's what I was waiting for. Didn't quite get that far, but I'm alright with it. Moving on, because I have to. And then we get women's match. Fucking seriously. It was Charlotte versus Dana Brooke. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I loaded the bull and kind of did fucking didn't doze off. I just kind of dazed off for a few minutes. And yeah, I missed the whole match. And I could give a shit less than I missed the whole match. It's hard to polish a turd, and you can't get hyped for horse shit. And that's what this was. I guess Charlotte won the match. Who fucking cares? What brought me back into it then, though, in a fucking flash, and made me turn up the volume real quick, was Break the Walls Down! Jericho. Oh, I'm dying. Nope, not dying. Just can't think of anything better to do. But Jericho still gets one of the biggest and loudest pops and crowd reactions that there are. Period. He's one of the best working today. I mean, I am a fan of Jericho, so of course, as he said, I am marking out, man. Oh, holy shit. Jericho got me pumped. And that was an amazing fucking promo. In comes Joe and Owens, and they beat Jericho down. Owens mocks him, and he fucking ate the list of Jericho. The dude straight up ripped apart and put a chunk of it in his mouth, spitting it out onto Jericho. I'm dumbfounded at this point. Why is this not the main storyline, main storyline? Why isn't this for the Universal Championship / United States Championship? This could have been magic. Lightning in a bottle. A one-time, in a lifetime type of feud. You could have gotten so much out of it. This shit right here is magic on a screen to a WWE fan. It beats the part-time hacks 10 years past their retirement date, expiring in the ring and wasting all of our time for the fucking belt. It beats all of that. Think about it. Owens just got accosted. He got screamed at by a fan, being called an asshole repeatedly by the entire crowd because he tore up a piece of paper. Let me rephrase that. He just became one of the biggest villains because he ripped the list of Jericho. That blows and boggles my mind. And then that fucking champion, Oldberg, doesn't even bother showing up for Raw, even when WrestleMania is less than a month away. It's 13 days away and he can't even be bothered to show up. But yet on screen we're getting to witness beauty in the making. The feud between Owens and Jericho is poetry in motion. I don't think we're going to fully grasp what we're watching until 5 years down the road when we're missing this. We are going to miss Jericho. Greatest of all time? I don't know. It's hard to put him above Austin or above HBK or The Undertaker or the likes of them. I could put him above The Undertaker. I don't have a problem doing that. HBK, you kind of got to put him on par, if not give him the edge a little bit. Is he up there with the likes of Austin? Do you put Chris Jericho on the Mount Rushmore of WWE? Damn, I'm going to have to write that down. I'll get back to you on that one. I like that storyline. Hang on, I'm making myself a note here. Mount Rushmore. I got to spell Rushmore of wrestling. Alright, Mount Rushmore of wrestling. I wonder if you put Jericho on the list. I see what I did there. Jericho on the list. Okay. Anyway. I gotta move on. Cruiserweight action. It was TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick. So these guys are feuding again. Got it. I thought we suffered through this horse shit enough. The other, what feels like 90 times that they fought right after the Cruiserweight tournament was over. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me to have them in a match again. If all that's going to happen is have a quick, pointless, stupid match. It was typical cruiserweight, stupid and short. Brian Kendrick ends up winning. And then he cuts a shitty racist promo afterwards. It was something about how he stole Tozawa's passport, and I guess he got him deported? Is that what he was hinting at? How Tozawa was back in Japan? But if he was in the States when he got his passport, how did he get on the plane to get back to Japan unless you got him deported? So that's what you're getting at, is Brian Kendrick stole a man's identity and got him deported. That's the storyline we're going with. Got it. What a fucking shitty storyline. What the actual fuck. Holy hell, it fucking sucked. That's the best we can come up with. We got a lot of work to do, folks. A lot of work to do, because that was shit. They had progressed so far with the Tozawa Brian Kendrick, how Kendrick was teaching him lessons and shit, and then you come up with this horse crap. Holy fuck. No. Right after that, we had some promo horse shit because Oldberg can't be bothered to actually show up. So we gotta make a hype video. I'm sorry. I'm not fucking hyped. I'm really not fucking hyped. If he can't be bothered to show up on my goddamn screen at least once a month, then why the fuck is he champion? Listen, I know the storyline of behind the scenes. I know you wanted to give him one last little a ride off into the sunset, if you will. Give him one last hurrah before he completely retires. Maybe Brock's coming back full-time because he just retired from MMA, so keep him part-time until Mania. Give him the title at Mania, then have him be the Beast incarnate for about another year continuously. If that's it, cool. Can we hurry up a little? Excuse me. That was fucking nasty, but had to get it out. That's what I think of Oldberg. Nasty, but gotta get it out. Bayley versus Nia Jax. Why? Again, a match that we seen in less than 2 weeks. For the, third, fourth, 900th time. How many times are they going to be competing against each other? It's stupid. It's a spot fest match. That's where my botch spot of the night has to go to. It goes to this shameful display of work by Nia Jax just before what I believe was the second commercial break. Some point during the damn match, anyway. Something about how it was something to do with the steps and how Nia Jax can't even run and fall at the same damn time. She has to stop to fall. Just pay attention next time she's wrestling. Just stop, fall. She can't stop, fall, or fall while running. She has to come to a complete stop and then fall. Or at least stop moving her legs to fall is the way she does it. It looks awkward as fuck. That's my botch of the night. It's how awkward she looks every time she basically falls. But the whole match was atrocious. Horrendous, vile. How many adjectives do you need? It basically just sucked. Delete. There were chants throughout the match, and that's how fucking good the crowd was. That fucking crowd. Holy shit, they were good at spots, horrible in other times. I guess Nia Jax won. She's now going to WrestleMania. Here's my question, though. In a match that is no DQ, and if Nia Jax wins, she goes to WrestleMania, why did Sasha Banks or Charlotte not interfere? Two other people is easier than 3 other people. Is my math wrong here? Something doesn't add up. Yeah, it just... Why didn't Charlotte or Sasha not interfere? Or why didn't they interfere? It's a no DQ match. Versus 2 is better than versus 3. I'm sorry. Just this dumb fucking writing again. It makes no goddamn sense. Right after that, we get the Triple H spot where he gets in a segment with Michael Cole and I don't know. It's hard focusing on whatever Hunter was saying while trying to hear whatever the badass crowd kept chanting at the same time. It doesn't make any sense. And again, it's the same fucking highlight video of what happened 7 days ago. The entire spot was just completely pointless. Just to lead to what we already knew is going to come is Triple H versus Rollins at WrestleMania. But I guess now it's a non-sanctioned match. So doesn't that mean like non-DQ? Is this where Finn Balor comes down and helps out Rollins? I don't know. Maybe. Because Finn Balor isn't in the Mania. I don't see him anywhere. It's just confusing. So many questions that I hope they answer in a week's time. Up next, we had a 2 versus 4 handicap match. Stephanie McMahon continues to undo all the good that Mick Foley did, is what it comes down to. Gallows and Anderson and Enzo and Cass versus Cesaro and Sheamus. Cesaro and Sheamus had to win to stay in their match at WrestleMania for the title. To be tag team champs, to be at WrestleMania, yeah, you know what I mean. It was a quick and pointless match. Were we really supposed to believe that they were all supposed to get along? Enzo and Cass and Gallows and Anderson were all supposed to get along. We knew what was going to happen. Why make the match? It was so fucking fast. Because Gallows and Anderson jump Enzo and Cass. Enzo and Cass distract Gallows and Anderson. Cesaro and Sheamus for the pin. And it's still a triple threat at WrestleMania. Why have the fucking match? Pointless filler. Just stupid, pointless filler that's there for no reason whatsoever. It doesn't build momentum. It doesn't make anybody look tough. It's just there for no fucking reason. Speaking of which, that and the New Day segment. It was a dumb segment, but it had one fucking highlight right at the beginning. And if you don't know what I'm talking about by now, look it up. Just Google search Page Xavier Woods, because shit's funny. And Big E made it funnier. Big E literally started the segment off by asking Woods if he had anything he wanted to tell us. That's my s'more of the week moment. I want some more of that shit. Motherfucking Big E's comedy gold, please. Week in and week out, his throwaway lines are the highlight of my night. He has such good timing. He has such humor. Oh, fuck. Can I please get some more of that? Big E's fucking humor. Him and Kofi's face and Xavier staring into the camera. Big E, you have anything you want to tell us? Holy shit, that face you have when you gotta cut a promo after you cut a porno this week. Holy fuck. Oh my god, it was so fucking funny. But, again, stupid fucking segment. Not worth anything but Big E's little throwaway line. So good. After that, we get purple ropes and a short match, so you know that it's cruiserweight time. Austin Aries versus Tony Mini Neville Nice. And this was actually a really good match. I don't have anything to talk shit about it, other than it being quick. But it was fast-paced. There was no real flubs. It was actually entertaining. It was one of the in-ring. It was the bright spot of the night because those two performers did great. And Austin Aries gets all the ring rust knocked off of him. I mean, he looks good. Neville comes in after Austin Aries wins and cuts a decent promo, only to be mocked by Austin Aries, and Aries stole the spotlight. It was fucking brilliant how he made fun of his accent. King of the cruiserweight. That's even shittier than he did, but it was good. But yeah, here's my question. Other than Jericho Owens for the U.S. Championship, is this the best title picture that we have? Because you look at the other, you have Goldberg and Lesnar. Not really excited about that. I've seen it multiple times now. Other side of the picture, I could kind of get excited for Orton versus Bray, but I don't know. I think Cruiserweight is my number 2 title right now. Other than Owens and Jericho, they got to be my number 2 title. I'm excited for Austin Aries and Neville. I like that. Right after that, we got another stupid Emma spot. Enough already. I stopped caring about her before she ever left the first time. Before she became Emelina, I stopped caring. Even before she left to become Emelina, I stopped caring about Emma. So how am I supposed to get excited about something that I forgot and completely ignored the first time? Yeah. After that, we got a bunch of highlights, followed by a bunch of commercial breaks. And yeah, I forgot what I was doing basically for a little while. And there's no matter how many hype videos you throw in my face or you have in the vault, it still isn't enough to make up for promoting part-time wrestlers to the championship picture. No amount of filler can fill the void that we're forced to suffer with week in and week out whenever our fucking champion isn't even there. It doesn't make any sense. It's like handing the championship to the fucking Rock. Or even Cena at this point. He's never there, so why give it to him? This is another one with Goldberg and Lesnar. They're never there, so why give it to them? It just... I don't know. You fucked yourselves, WWE, and you're fucking pissing off your faithful fans like me. I hope there's more than just me. I don't know. Speaking of getting pissed off, it's main event time, so of course that means Roman Reigns is there. It's Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. Ooh, how I get excited for original matches that I've never seen before, with great competitors on the cutting edge of what's popular in wrestling today. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I was reading my notes for another main event at another time, hopefully in the future. But yeah, now we get the same old recycled horse shit that we've seen week in and week out by 2 wrestlers that neither one of them can actually wrestle. They're just big and sweaty. And Vince likes them, so he shoves them down our throat thinking we'll like them too, even though no fucking true wrestling fan actually enjoys a competition between the 2 fuckers. This is not entertainment that we tune into. I mean, shit. It's been since Macho Man Steamboat at some point back in the 80s that shit's been changing. Did he not get the memo of the cruiserweights and everything like that, of the fast pace, and this is more enjoyable? Do you not see the fucking link hits on competing programs of faster paced, not gigantic men that can actually do moves that aren't, oh, I'm strong. It's fucking, I just get frustrated by what I'm viewing. I'm beginning to rant. Sorry. Also, I'm beginning to not hate Braun Strowman as much. But then again, I wouldn't hate Roman Reigns as much if there was a way to get him to beat the shit out of himself. So it might not just be that I'm starting to like Braun Strowman. It may just be that when I see Roman, the suckfest of a wrestler, Reigns, suffering through another beatdown, it gives me a little solace and happiness inside. So, yeah. But Braun has been surprisingly better on the mic here as of late. It was a slow start, slow shitfest, botchfest match. It sucked. There was We Want Taker chants covering up the shitty commentary. I mean, other than Graves on the mic, I could give a fuck about the other 2. Since Austin Aries is no longer calling the cruiserweights, he's a competitor now. Shit commentary. But yeah, in comes the dead man. Undertaker appears. For some reason, he chokes Braun Strowman, and then he gets speared by Reigns. Made the Undertaker look weak as shit. Pop back up at the end like dead man does, but still made him look weak as shit. Fucking hell. Why the hell would you have this shitty of an ending this close to WrestleMania? It was a shitty ending to a shit match and a shit build-up to a shit show that is going to have a shit match at WrestleMania, and that's going to be fucking Roman Reigns and Undertaker. I'm calling it now. Braun Strowman's going to run in at some point. And that was the end of the night. I got to get to my, let's see, my What About Me, What About Raven Superstar segment of the week. Let's see, take your pick of any of the part-timers. Oldberg, Brock, any of those. Wait, no, fuck that. They are part-timers after all. You don't expect them to show up. It's actually to be expected for them to miss. But no, my What About Me, What About Raven Superstar of the night, Rusev. Where the fuck's he at? Is he actually injured now? He may be injured. So if he's injured, then fucking Goldust. I miss Goldust. Where's Golden Truth? You can drop the truth. Just bring back Goldust. Yeah, that's where I'm at. My overall feel of the show was that it actually wasn't that bad. It wasn't that great, don't get me wrong. It's just not horrible. There was a few good spots. Like I said, they were here and there, hit and miss, but oh man, it was so much horse shit in between. Pointless filler. What's the point of making Stephanie always come across as like a bitch? You can be an authority figure without the cuntiness that she's been coming across with. And I don't want to badmouth her as a woman or anything like that, because I respect the ever-living shit out of her. It's just, if she's a philanthropist on the side, outside of WWE, and she comes across as actually a good individual when she's doing interviews, why have her be such a bitch on screen? It doesn't make sense. More questions I have is, why are we leaving such big names like Joe, Braun, and even Finn Balor off the card at WrestleMania? Doesn't make any sense. Yet we continue to shove all the part-time fucktards down our throat, like Oldberg and Brock and Undertaker, things like that. And it's just like what's happening with Roman Reigns. If you force feed us shit for so long, eventually we will grow to hate the said shit. However, for all the bad, there is some good highlights. I like Sami Zayn standing his ground. I love the spots Jericho does. Any segment he's in, yeah, anything he does is pure genius. Plus the Austin Aries Neville feud. They have me extremely excited for their match at WrestleMania. In conclusion, the Bull's about out, so yep. One last hint at it. Hopefully next week it's a better week on Raw. For the go-home show for the Raw before we go into WrestleMania. 13 days out. I still have a lot of questions. We'll see. I don't know, but this one was tough. This was a tough almost go-home show. 2 weeks out, this was a tough one. And Taker looks too damn old and to be taking these bumps anymore. I'm sorry. I don't want to say it, and I don't want to see it either. It makes me hurt. But maybe it's time the dead man, rides off. Maybe it was time 5 years ago before he ever lost to Brock at Mania. I don't know. I have so many questions and not enough answers. With that, I think that's about time to head off myself into that proverbial sunset. Let's get the fuck out of here. I'll be back tomorrow night, more Weed on Wrestling, talking SmackDown. Yeah. Well, let's get the fuck out of here. With that, I've been Weed, a.k.a. Alan. I want to thank everybody for listening. Spreaker Radio, SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, wherever you're finding it, I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Hit me up on Twitter. That's Weed on Wrestling, at Weed on Wrestling. Just let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know if you want me to shut the fuck up. Just let me know. Let me know you're out there. And let's get the fuck out of here.